call the September 8th, 2025 Mexico City Council meeting to order. Call the roll, please.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Approval of minutes.
So moved. Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Need a motion to open the public hearing.
I move we open the public hearing. Second.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, this is the time set for the public hearing for the 2026 fiscal year budget. I'm pleased to present you with the fiscal year budget, operating budget, and program of services, which will actually begin on October 1, 2025, and end on September 30, 2026. This budget was developed in accordance with Missouri State statute, and it is a balanced budget. This budget represents a reasonable spending plan while strategically preparing for future opportunities and challenges. During the current budget year, low unemployment, supply chain issues, higher interest rates, rising retail costs have all led to inflation. However, the city continues to live within its means, and it is well-positioned moving into the fiscal year 26 budget. The budget is sound and reasonable, delivering great value and outstanding services to the citizens of Mexico. It addresses planned infrastructure projects for streets, stormwater improvements, wastewater projects, downtown revitalization efforts, hospital demolition, a workforce compensation study, and computer network upgrades. The City of Mexico does adhere to the generally accepted accounting principles, or GAAP financing. Government finance is based upon fund accounting, and fund accounting is an accounting system that emphasizes accountability rather than profit. Each fund operates like a separate business within the greater organization, accounting for different services and activities. This budget maintains the fund balance reserves as required by city policy and utilizes surpluses from prior years to help fund non-reoccurring expenses and purchasing of capital assets. Staff continues to pursue partnerships, grants, donations, and other resources to help supplement our funding for our operations and capital projects. The preparation of this budget was a team effort reflecting a commitment to maintaining services, improving the quality of operations, and keeping expenditures and taxpayers' load to a minimum. The total operating budget expenditures are estimated at a little over $25 million, with total revenues estimated at $21.8 million. The expenditures do exceed revenues by $3.2 million and will be funded by project reserves, unreserved surpluses from prior year's budgets, grants, and the American Rescue Plan funds. The additional expenditures are for planned capital equipment purchases, planned capital improvement projects, project reserves, and carryover improvement projects. The Audrain Community Hospital was our #1 employer in Mexico prior to ceasing its operation and closing its doors in March of 2022. Therefore, the city, in cooperation with Audrain County, the Audrain County Public Health Department created a governmental healthcare committee and hired the Forvis Group, which did determine that a critical access hospital is feasible and a viable option for Mexico. In October of 2024, Boone Health and the Healthcare Committee signed an exclusive official letter of intent to build a new hospital in Mexico. Building a new hospital will most likely take up to 3 years, but the commitment in the investigative process is ongoing. The state did increase transportation funding for critical state and local infrastructure projects by approving a 2.5 cent per gallon tax increase on fuel purchased annually for a 5-year period starting in 2021. We are now in the last year of that increase, which will help repair local streets and roads. Low unemployment rates have strained the city's ability to hire and retain qualified and talented workforce. In 2025, the state of Missouri extended minimum wage protections to public employees. Beginning January 1 of 2026, the new state of Missouri minimum wage will be $15 per hour. Therefore, providing competitive wages and benefits along with minimum wage increases has increased additional pressures on the city's financial resources. The goal of Missouri Main Street Organization is to educate and empower communities to lead the revitalization of their downtowns and neighborhood commercial districts using economic development within the context of historic preservation. In 2024, the City of Mexico was selected as a Main Street community, making viable resources to assist the community in revitalization strategies for our downtown, and this budget also helps fund the Main Street program. Reoccurring operational expenditures and the cost of replacing capital equipment continues to increase on a regular basis. County assesses property at a percent of market value. Therefore, commercial property is assessed at 32%, personal property at 33.3%, residential at 19%, and agricultural at 12% respectively. The tax rates are levied per $100 of assessed property values. This year's total property valuation is a little over $187 million compared to the previous year's valuation of $173 million. The net assessed value increase is about $13.5 million. The property tax rates will be adjusted in compliance with the Missouri State Imposed Revenue Neutral formula. Therefore, the proposed city property tax rate will be 0.7591 per $100 of assessed value. This is the same rate that we currently have, so there's no increase in the rate at all. The general fund rate will be at 45.91 cents per 100, Parks and Recreation at 10 cents, Public Health at 20 cents. And if you look at the graph on the slide, you can see what the tax rate has basically been very steady and level for the last 10 years. Sales tax revenues for all funds are anticipated to be comparable to last year's receipts. Gross receipts tax are expected to be stable. Lodging tax receipts are anticipated to be the same as the current year projections. Use tax is projected to be down slightly compared to the current fiscal year. Property and liability insurance renewal rates are estimated to increase by 12%. Dental insurance premiums are estimated to remain the same as the current year. Employee health insurance premiums are estimated to increase by 20%. The budget includes the cost associated with continuing a high deductible health plan coupled with the use of a health savings account with dependent premium increases being split proportionally between employee and the city. Full-time authorized staffing levels will remain the same at 84 positions. The city recognizes the tremendous work of city employees who produce quality results day in and day out. Therefore, this budget allows for a 1% cost of living adjustment for all positions. In addition, the budget also allows for a step increase for hourly employees, 3% increase for exempt employees. Funding for outside agencies. For our charitable organizations, the Mexico Senior Center will receive $14,000. Audrain County Historical Society, $7,400. Miss Missouri Scholarship Pageant, $10,000. Help Center, $7,500. Youth Optimus Sports, $7,500. For our contract agencies, the Handy Shop for performing the recycling programs, $12,000. Mexico Chamber of Commerce for community marketing, $13,000. Presser Hall for community theater activities, $10,000. Mexico Chamber of Commerce for economic development activities, $5,000. The city does seek donations and grant dollars in order to fund a number of additional projects. Therefore, the following grants are anticipated in this budget year. From the Missouri Department of Natural Resources for Stormwater Mapping Grant, $50,000. Missouri Department of Natural Resources for stormwater infrastructure, $883,000. Missouri Department of Natural Resources for stormwater system improvements, a little over $3 million. From the county for housing incentive program, $110,000. From the Department of Transportation, airport runway pavement repairs, $67,500. And from the Missouri Department of Transportation on a TAP grant for sidewalk improvements, Phase 3 and 4, $307,002. The general fund is the city's chief operating fund. The general fund budgeted revenue is estimated at $7.2 million and expenditures is estimated at $7.9, plus a transfer of $73,000 to the airport fund and a set aside of $100,000 for project reserves. The estimated expenditures, qualifying capital expenditures, interfund transfers, and project reserves are greater than revenues by $910,000. However, these non-reoccurring capital expenditures to the general fund total $937,000. Therefore, considering the capital expenditures, the set aside for project reserves, no cash balances are being expended for reoccurring operating expenditures. Some of the major projects within the general fund: for administrative services and finance department, for a copy scan photo equipment, $15,000. PC station replacements, $14,000. File cabinet replacements, $2,700. For the public safety department, body cameras, $15,000. Patrol cars for 2, $90,000. For the engineering department, GIS aerial photography, $18,000. Truck bed organization system, $6,500. Sidewalk replacement program, $7,500. For stormwater, GIS mapping, stormwater layers for years 3 of 5, $119,700. Annual stormwater improvements, $10,000. Cemetery entryway repairs, $8,000. For the street and maintenance department, a sign plotter printer, $50,000. Tiger Eye AI Street Assessment Program, $10,000. Downtown street lighting rewiring, $30,000. Heavy equipment for an oiler, $50,000. For a tractor replacement, $55,000. For a new street sweeper, $300,000. Under building and grounds, for City Hall computer network upgrade, $126,000. And for the maintenance building for fencing, $10,000. Capital Projects Fund. This fund was established and activated for receipt, appropriation, and disbursement of funds received for stormwater improvement projects. The city applied for and received 2 separate Missouri Department of Natural Resources grants for stormwater and system improvements, and we are expected to receive somewhere additionally of $3,941,000 during this budget year. Wastewater Operations Fund. Budget revenues for the fiscal year are estimated at $3,586,000. Operating expenditures are estimated at $3,064,000. An interfund transfer of $748,000 to the Wastewater Debt Service Fund and project reserves of $80,000. Ending fund balance provides for a 90 days of operating cash reserves, required reserves for facility restoration and replacement, funds for upcoming bond payments, and future capital improvements. This budget does include $864,750 in planned capital projects. Those projects are collection system improvements, $120,000. Collection system, Highway 54 lift station improvements, $27,500. Collection systems for lift station monitoring, $17,500. Metal shop building, $400,000. Building improvements for a gravity press panel, $110,000. For the wastewater treatment plant portable composite sampler, $6,250. Wastewater treatment plant pump seal conversion, $17,500. Wastewater treatment plant annual improvements, $70,000. Wastewater treatment plant sludge thickening pump, $70,000. Wastewater treatment plant UV system upgrade, $26,000. The City of Mexico has a program and a plan to perform system improvements that reduces inflow and infiltration into the collection system. This has been on an ongoing effort for several years, and it does include a private sewer line repair assistance program. This budget does reflect a 2% increase in wastewater rates for the upcoming year to meet its obligations. Sanitation operations. Budgeted revenues for the fiscal year are estimated at $880,000, and expenditures for operations are estimated at $858,000. A project reserve for equipment replacement in the amount of $11,000, and a transfer of $150,000 to the general fund for half of the cost of the new street sweeper. Residential refuse collection contract allows for an annual market rate adjustment. This budget anticipates a rate adjustment of 4.1% in the base sanitation rate for the upcoming fiscal year to become effective in April of 2026. Economic development. The budget revenues for the fiscal year are estimated at $430,620. Expenditures are estimated to be $780,564. Expenditures include funding for the Housing Incentive Program. Expenditures also include the city's estimated portion of the demolition cost of the old Audrain County Hospital building. Lease revenue from the city-owned industrial speculative building is deposited into this fund, and this helps for the expenses for job creation, retention, industrial recruitment, and economic development planning for this fund. The city owns the railroad spur and serves the businesses located in the business park. The spur does have ongoing repairs, and we have budgeted $35,000 in this budget for those repairs. Under the Parks and Recreation Fund, the Parks and Recreation Fund budgeted revenues is estimated to reach $1,561,000, with total expenditures of $2,079,000. The Parks and Recreation budget reflects a reduction in cash balance by $517,000 due to current year carryover capital projects, equipment purchases, and planned capital projects. Money from the Parks and Recreation Fund and the Use Tax Fund are also making the principal and interest payment on a 10-year bank loan used to help finance the renovations of the Fairgrounds Aquatic Center. Projects and programs included in the Park and Recreation budget include a 16-foot wide area mower, $145,000. Truck with plow for spreader system, $160,000. Lakeview Park trail repairs, $11,000. Tyrod Lou Park entrance, $81,000. RS Green playground equipment, $60,000. And under the pool for updating pool furniture and equipment, $5,000. Public Health Fund budgeted revenues is estimated to be $421,000 and expenditures estimated at $593,000. The expenditures exceed revenues and will be funded with unreserved fund balances and restricted cash from a designated estate donation. The reduction in cash balance is for funding the dangerous building demolition program and nuisance abatements. The city also plans to use some of the designated estate donation funds for an acoustic soundproofing, floor improvements, and cage replacements in the animal shelter. The Airport Fund. Budget revenues is estimated to be $176,180, with the expenditures estimated at $273,420. A $73,000 transfer from the general fund is being made to support base operations and furniture replacement at the airport. A reimbursement of $67,500 from a DOT grant is expected for capital projects. Capital Improvement Sales Tax Fund. Revenue for this fund is from a tax on retail sales, which pays for the construction, maintenance, and repair of streets, curbs and gutters, storm water piping, bridges, drainage, ditches, and culverts, as well as other capital improvements that may be needed for the growth and development of the city. All expenditures from this fund are for capital outlay projects, and a transfer of $15,000 as a TAP grant match for sidewalk improvements, $7,500 for a grant match for airport pavement repairs, and a transfer of $490,000 to the general fund for street maintenance and stormwater projects. Projects to be paid out of this fund include pavement maintenance, $650,000, sidewalk improvements, $50,000, pavement and curb replacement, $60,000, Smiley and Bassford intersection reconstruction, $4,000, Smiley Lane extension, $347,720, and project reserves, $20,000. Capital projects, tax use fund. This fund was originally established to transfer unreserved surpluses from the city's general fund to be held in reserve for future capital projects. The dedicated receipts from the use tax collections are being deposited into this fund, and the revenue from the use tax was committed to support community and capital improvement projects, as well as the expenses to maintain city assets. The estimated revenue in this fund is estimated at $844,950, with expenditures estimated at $635,265. The expenditures in this fund are for an interfund transfer to the Parks and Recreation to support the portion of the principal and interest payment on the bank note for the Aquatic Center, and a transfer to the City Hall Building Fund. In closing, this budget positions the city to fulfill its strategic goals, ensuring we maintain long-term fiscal health while continuing to enhance the quality of life for our residents. I would like to express my gratitude to the Mayor and City Council for your leadership and commitment to excellence. This budget document would not have been possible without the passion, energy, and talent and dedication of a number of city employees involved in the process. I would especially like to thank and acknowledge Vicki Dinky, our Finance Director, and the department directors for their assistance in this budget process. I sincerely hope this budget will be well received by the council and the citizens of Mexico. And that concludes my remarks on the budget, and we will do our best to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
Smiley Lane extension, we've talked about that before, of course, but that's mainly going to serve Ciro and the kind of the backside of, is there going to be a chance for expansion?
Right.
For more plots of?
By extending the Smiley Lane, it will give us an additional way in and out of the business park, whereas currently we only really have Lakeview going in and out. So this will give us another way in and out from Spartan as well as True and Ciro. So that way, with all the additional jobs and activity we have out there, it'll be two ways in and out now.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 o'clock or 3:10, I'm not sure what the exact time it is, but it's pretty rough out there.
Yeah. Yep.
But will there be opportunity for additional plots out there, you think?
They very well could open up some additional areas, yeah.
Rush 5 minutes? Rush 5 minutes?
Yes. How many square feet's the shop going to be out at the sewer plant?
Drew, do you have any idea at this point? Square footage of the shop building?
40 by 80, 32 miles square.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
New business, bill number 2025-58.
I move for reading of bill number 2025-58.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Bill number 2025-58, an ordinance revising the budget for the City of Mexico, Missouri for the fiscal year October 1, 2024 to September 30, 2025 inclusive, and adopting the budget for the fiscal year October 1, 2025 to September 30, 2026 inclusive, appropriating the funds as allocated to various accounts, and authorizing the expenditures of such funds by the city manager and other officials for the purposes indicated. I move for the second reading of Bill 2025-58.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Bill number 2025-58, an ordinance revising the budget for the city of Mexico, Missouri for the fiscal year October 1, 2024 to September 30, 2025, inclusive, and adopting the budget for the fiscal year October 1st, 2025 to September 30th, 2026, inclusive, appropriating the funds as allocated to various accounts and authorizing the expenditure of such funds by the city manager and other officials for the purposes indicated. I move for passage of Bill 2025-58.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Resolutions, bill number 2025-59, resolution authorizing city manager of Missouri, Mexico, Missouri to enter into an agreement with Main Street Mexico. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor. This is for an agreement with the Main Street organization for some dedicated fundings for the improvements in the downtown. To cover the details of the resolution, Gigi McAvery, Economic Development Director.
Hello, council. The Main Street Mexico Incorporated is a community-based, not-for-profit organization dedicated to enhancing our historical downtown area of Mexico through initiative focused on economic vitality, urban design, promotion, and community organization. The staff recommends that the council proceed with reading by title only and passage of the attached resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement with Main Street Mexico, Inc. and approving an appropriation of funds of $35,000 in support of the organization's 2024-2025 ongoing program of works, economic development, and revitalization of the downtown district. Any questions?
I move for reading bill number 2025-59.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes. Bill number 2025-59, a resolution authorizing the City of Mexico, Missouri to enter into an agreement with Main Street Mexico Incorporated to assist in providing services for the Mexico community. I move for passage, excuse me.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Bill number 2025-60, a resolution authorizing city manager to sign a task order with Lumix Electrical. Mr. Slagle.
Yes, Your Honor, we have some downtown streetlights. This is part of our budget to do some improvements on those, and to cover the details, Drew Milford.
It's not on here.
Thankfully, I don't have a pump for you tonight either. I think that's 2 in a row. It's a record. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. What I have on the screen before you and what was in your packet is actually a picture I took back in 2023, I believe, when we were trying to trace down a problem with our downtown streetlights. And as you can see,
problem, all those wires in there.
yeah, that's exactly right. I was amazed that they could actually trace anything with all those wires in there. So over decades, the streetlights have been band-aided, we'll call it. So in budgeting for the current fiscal year, we ended up putting $30,000 in there to begin rewiring. And that $30,000's on the higher end in case we ended up running into places that we needed to cut concrete, place new conduit, things like that, where we couldn't pull new wires. At this point, we're hopeful we don't have to do a lot of that. That's on the hopeful side of things, but nonetheless, Lumix Electrical is the on-call electrician for the city. You may recall they just started as the on-call electrician, though they have served the city in this capacity for quite some time. And we're moving forward with the idea of trying to get them a scope of work where we can have a map at the end of all this with wiring details and avoid that kind of complication where we can have a system that's very easy to maintain. The other thing I'll add is that our street lights are becoming more difficult to maintain. Some of the older ones are from 2014, I believe. We're finding that a lot of the drivers and LED components are now reaching their end of life. So all of this will kind of help begin to move us in the right direction to maintain these downtown lights. The total cost would be a $30,000 cost, but that's maximum not to exceed. Again, I think it'll come in less than that. We do have more this this year planned in case it does come in higher, we'll say. But for now, we're asking council proceed with reading in title only and passage. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Is that just wiring or is it going to be lights too?
Just wiring.
Just
for now.
wiring?
Yeah. And then, of course, conduit. If we run conduit,
Yeah.
if we have our street division, I should explain this part, my apologies, we'll have our street division conduct any saw cutting, concrete removal, and then they'll work in tandem with Lumix Electrical. We'll pull those costs from there too.
So do you have a feel for how long that's going to take to get all that done?
I don't think it'll take more than probably 2 or 3 years, I'm hoping. Originally, we were thinking it might be 4 years, but after hearing Lumix talk, I think it may go quicker. I don't want to say this too loud, and cheaper than what we were originally thinking. So we'll see. Unfortunately, this is being recorded, so I'm on the air saying it may be cheaper than what we thought.
Well, let's not tell Lumix we have 30,000 set aside.
Right.
Let's keep that.
How much?
So
Never mind, I'm going to say that.
what kind of cooperation on street lighting downtown in general do we get from Ameren? Any?
No, those are all owned actually by us, maintained by us, sole ownership. So it's not your typical lighting that's in the rest of Mexico. These are actually installed, paid for by the city, operated by the city. Ameren comes into play for providing power. That's it.
They provide power?
Yep,
But not for free.
correct. Yeah, and we do have outlets on all of these, so you can't see them in this picture, but there is an outlet installed at the top for Christmas decorations, things like that.
So you would be keeping the original stand, right, or the post, and then just putting all just new wiring and bulbs and lights in it?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's hoped that they'll be able to pull wires through that access port. We won't have to remove anything, even just the access port itself. So I don't even anticipate pulling them off of the post temporarily.
Move for reading of Bill 2025-60.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Bill 2025-60, a resolution authorizing the city manager to sign task force order 2025-01 with Lumix Electrical for downtown streetlight improvements. Move for passage of 2025-60.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Claims.
Move to pay the claims.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Council comments. Mr. Ray.
Exciting weekend, good weather, lots of good football, local, state, but not Kansas City.
Not Kansas City.
That was World, wasn't it? They were out of
That was,
they were
yeah,
out of-
it was
they were
out of country. Yeah, out of
So-
country, that's right.
Yeah.
That's all I have for comments.
Ms. Briggs.
I don't really have anything.
Okay. Mr. Miller.
Well, I think the most exciting thing in Mexico was our flea market or whatever yesterday around the square. I didn't think there'd be near that many people, but at 1 o'clock, it was loaded. So I think they were collecting money for the tree project, and I hope they collected a fair amount.
Did you load some stuff up and take it up there?
No.
Why not?
I didn't want to interfere.
Oh,
What was loaded?
Loaded.
You said it was loaded. What was loaded?
Loaded with people.
Oh.
It was a crowd up
I
here.
misunderstood. Some of the bars were loaded.
The bars may have been loaded, but there's a lot of people.
You should have gave away free drinks or something down there. You got some business down there. At the
See, don't make fun of me. Did your team win Friday night? Okay, I just wanted to know.
Mr. Weber.
I don't have anything except congratulations, Coach, on your win.
Thank you. Mr. Slagle.
Nothing at this time, Your Honor.
I concur with everybody said. It was beautiful weather this weekend, and I think it's going to get a little bit warmer. So we got, as they say, you know, they have all like the 18 seasons of Missouri, like pre-fall, and then it gets back into summer and stuff. So good. Public comments. If you would like to make a comment, come to the podium, state your name and your address, and you'll have 3 minutes to make your comment.
Barb Wilson. I just want to take this opportunity as a member. 718 South Jefferson, Mexico, Missouri. Thank you.
There you go.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank you all for your support of Main Street Mexico. I'm one of them on the board and was at the event yesterday, and it was awesome to see so many families and couples downtown in our downtown area. It'll be great when Gigi's going to get me the Placer AI information to see how many people are actually down there. We are actively working on the tree project, and your help will help us move forward. So we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Adjournment into executive session.
I move we adjourn the executive session pursuant to revised statute of Missouri 610-021.
Second.
Haig,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.